Shot Therapy Cleanse Challenge. We're day 2. How are you guys feeling? We did day 1, food fear shifter. Day 2, pathogen exposure shot. And we're here. We're live. And these aren't pre-recorded. They're not pre-recorded. Pathogen exposure shot right here. Amazing. You guys, I'm excited about it. Brain Saver, that's what it's from. Are you guys pumped up? Someone says, is your diet alkaline? Is it alkaline? What diet? Whose diet? Medical Medium Information, is it alkaline? Medical Medium Info is alkaline, for sure. You're seeing celery, you see herbs, you see asparagus, you see Brussels sprouts just right here. That alone is alkaline. Anyway, all right, pathogen exposure. Here we are. This shot can be useful if you feel you've been around others who could be contagious due to COVID, flu, RSV, whatever, right? You're concerned about having shared bodily fluids with another person through shared glasses, a drink. Hey, I'll take that bottle. Oh, wait, whose bottle was that? So if you're worried about anything like that too, but it's even better than that too. You're concerned about having shared bodily fluids through public restrooms. You sit on the toilet seat. I'm going to read about that in a little bit too. Right here. You believe you might have been exposed to foodborne pathogens, and you're concerned about getting food poisoning. You're eating in a restaurant, and you're like, huh? Oh crap. I better just do the pathogen exposure shot later. Incredible. See, guys, Brain Saver, we're day 2 of the Medical Medium Brain Shot Therapy Cleanse Challenge. I'm excited. All right. I got my ingredients right here. So let's talk about it a little bit. I'm going to go to page 195. You guys got your books? Okay. All right, so I want to read a little bit if you guys have a second here. Everybody coming on, this is the Medical Medium Brain Shot Therapy Cleanse Challenge. By the way, if you haven't signed up, sign up. Get your free grocery shopping list. But you got to sign up. Go to medicalmedium.com and make sure, because you can get the emails that are specifically for this cleanse challenge, all of it. So it says day 1 through 20. These are the brain shots. We're doing a 20-day Brain Shot Therapy Cleanse Challenge. Call me crazy, because it's a 20-day cleanse, right? But we're doing it. This is incredible, and it's day 2. If you come in here at day 10 and you want to start, then start. You come here at day 4, then start then. You come here at day 2 like today, start today, start tomorrow. Either way, we're doing it. People have to realize there are bodily fluids left on toilet seats. Those people don't realize that. I know people that don't even think that. They don't think bodily fluids are on toilet seats. Those bodily fluids can contain varieties of Streptococcus. They always contain varieties of Streptococcus, really. Many strains of which are antibiotic resistant. Definitely. E. coli, staph, herpes simplex 1, herpes simplex 2 are always on toilet seats at public restrooms. Epstein-Barr. Yes, Epstein-Barr could be on the toilet seat there. Shingles, HHV6, cytomegalovirus, CMV. And HPV can be on a toilet seat. That means that these bugs can be on toilet seat surfaces, and usually are. Indeed, they truly usually are. So, public restrooms, that is what is on there. They're covering toilet seats. So this is critical. Flopping down straight onto a public toilet seat is not a wise practice. If there's anything to take away, if it's just one thing and that's all, just one thing to take away from volumes of medical medium information. If you want to throw away everything and take one thing with you, let it be flopping down straight onto a public toilet seat is not a wise practice. Then there's then there's the toilet water in the bowl. Even if the toilet was flushed, a toilet's never truly flushed. Pretty crazy, isn't that? There's always invisible leftover material floating around in the toilet water. And as you go to the bathroom, why do I think that's funny? That's not a funny thing, but why am I laughing here? If you go, and as you go to the bathroom, splashes from the water can pop up back into you. It's very easy to get infected in restrooms because when you're going to the bathroom, you're exposed. For example, when someone is having a bowel movement, their rectum doesn't immediately close. These are really good books. These Brain Saver books are mind-blowing. As their fecal matter torpedoes into the water, it's very easy for that water to splash up and enter into the rectum as the rectum is still closing. You guys, we're day 2 of the Medical Medium Brain Shot Therapy Challenge. Okay? And we're going to be doing 20 days if you just got on here, reading out a Brain Saver. All right, so I'm excited about this. It's good information to be talking about. We're just talking about pathogen exposure shot. And maybe you weren't on a public restroom recently, but there's other reasons to do the pathogen exposure shot. It's really a powerful healing shot in so many ways. Before you poo, it's best to place a sheet or two of toilet paper on the surface of the water to mitigate splash. This might sound ridiculous for a second, but it's not. How many people don't realize how many bugs they contract sitting on a public restroom toilet, dropping a poo in the toilet, and then it sends water right up into the rectum before the rectum closes, and now they have a brand new streptococcus, one that's antibiotic resistant, that some other person had in their body because they took 20 billion antibiotics in the course of their lifetime to kind of mitigate and keep that streptococcus under control as it gave size and sore throats and UTIs and bladder infections and kidney infections and acne. And acne, yeah, because acne is streptococcus. That's what acne is. It's not hormones, it's streptococcus. So it's best to place a sheet or two of toilet paper on the surface of the water to mitigate splash, because it stops the splash. To protect yourself further, it's important to flush a public toilet before you even use it. If you go into a public restroom, flush the toilet before you use it. If it's a urinal, you don't want to flush that one. I'm talking about a toilet. Not one of those, urinals, right? Those, when you hit that thing, right, splashes everybody's urine, all, other guys' urine right on you, right? But I'm talking about the toilet. It's important to flush a public toilet before you even use it. If it has a lid, put the lid down before flushing it. So when you're in a public bathroom, put the lid down before flushing it. Did you guys expect we'd be talking about this today at all on day 2 of the Medical Being Brain Shot Therapy Cleanse Challenge? You flush with your foot, I just saw? Otherwise, try to turn away or back away while it's flushing. I'm on page 195 of the Brain Saver book. The mist can project outward with viruses or bacteria in it. So you want to shut the lid of the toilet. You never want to keep the lid of a toilet open on a plane before you flush it. Because when you're on a plane, if you don't shut that lid, it literally, shit will shoot up right into your face. If there's a lid, laugh out loud. Then you got to turn around, Jackie B. Got to turn around away, like I was just reading. Lizzie M says, this is the manual we needed when we were born. Erica Malik says, so many don't have lids. I know. Many people won't use enough toilet paper to wipe. They'll use like one sheet. So they use one sheet. Fine, I totally get it. But one sheet, right? They use a few tiny sheets, perhaps in the name of saving trees, or if they're in the habit of using less to save money, of course. Or they just miss the target. They end up with a handful of feces. So what happens when people go to the bathroom, they usually, 95% of the people have a handful of the feces, of course. That hand will then flush the toilet. So we're talking about the toilet handle now, you guys. We're talking about the toilet handle. So someone just went to the bathroom, they wiped their ass with a couple of sheets, they got feces on their hand, and now they're flushing the toilet, right? Because not every place is automatic flush. That hand will then flush the toilet. If it's not automated, then that hand will touch the soap dispenser and the sink handles, leaving behind more feces particles. And then after they wash their hands, they'll touch the dirty handles again to shut off the sink. So it's like you turn the sink on, you got feces on your hand, you're washing your hands, the feces is on the handles, and then you're done washing your hands, and then you shut the handles off again. You shut the handle off again, and you got feces back on your hand. Tara Appleman says the toilets that flush while you're sitting on them. Yeah, that's a tough one. All right. Even if their own hands are clean, they're touching handles that other people have touched. Those other people could have touched their eyes, blown their nose, or just touched their face while applying makeup in the bathroom mirror. Then as everyone exits the bathroom, they're touching the spot on the door everyone else has put their hands on. What I try to do in a public restroom is I look for any other spot to open the door if I can. A spot that I don't think someone touched. And I'll even ask Spirit of Compassion, anybody touch the bottom of the handle? And Spirit of Compassion would say a whole bunch of people use the bottom of the handle. Hand sanitizer does not stop all of these hand-body exposures. It's a noble idea. Partially helpful sometimes, and yet hand sanitizer is random in its ability to kill pathogens. It's not good enough. We have to be careful about how we use public facilities and stay mindful that pathogen transmission is common in restrooms. That's one of the biggest places that pathogen transmission occurs. It's in the restrooms. Anyway, we're talking about the pathogen exposure shot. This is day 2 of the Medical Medium Brain Shot Therapy Cleanse Challenge. I got Brain Saver in my hand. Do you have Brain Saver? Do you have Brain Saver Protocols? 2 incredible books. Amazon.com US on sale right now, which is incredible all on its own. You guys, I got ingredients in front of me. We're doing the exposure shot pretty soon, and I'm excited about that. Do you have your ingredients, by the way? And have you signed up to the Cleanse Challenge, the Brain Shot Therapy Challenge? So I just want to remind everybody. So, sharing food and drink and dining out. Be mindful of sharing food and drink. You're also sharing saliva, sometimes even microscopic blood particles. Sometimes we share food and drink knowingly, as when we eat off the same plate or drink out of the same bottle or glass. Sometimes we share with other people unknowingly. Restaurants do not usually clean their glasses properly. There tends to be residue on all the glasses. Lipstick residue, for example, tends to hold on to pathogens on glasses. So that's just so people don't realize. The restaurants and bars, they don't wash those glasses good. Lipstick could sit residue on the glasses just over and over again. Lipstick encapsulates pathogens, protects them like a waxy protective cover, keeping the bugs sustained on the glasses for days. So if you're drinking your glass at the restaurant, lipstick is holding and harboring leftover lipstick on the glasses. You can't even see the leftover lipstick. It's not like it's going to be red, a perfect red print, like red lipstick, like this print on there. Check this one out. See if this sounds appetizing. Benny Jen says, bars rinse their glasses. A rinse isn't good enough. That's for sure. That would not make me feel confident. If I was in a bar, we rinse our glasses. Great. All right. By the way, you just touched the glass from the inside of the glass as you got it ready and handed and filled it up. Thank you for doing that, bartender. Thank you for putting your hands inside my glass. God knows what was on your hands when you just went to the bathroom. Is there feces on your hands? Because it's now inside my glass at the bar. See if this one sounds appetizing. Okay, you guys? Many men have extremely sticky saliva. Barf. Barf. Right? I don't know. Does that make you like, does that make, when I heard that from Spirit of Compassion, like how would anybody know that? There's no science on that. There's no report on that. There's no study on that. Spirit of Compassion told me that men have really sticky saliva. And when I heard that, I was like, we do? Like, what? What do you mean we have sticky saliva? I was like, bleh. Many men have extremely sticky saliva because men often go around chronically dehydrated, eating protein-heavy diets, and protein is extremely sticky. And proteins are extremely sticky foods. Higher protein diets tend to make saliva very, very gluey. Men's saliva can sit on glasses for a week after multiple washings. Hey, but the bartender just rinsed the glass out. That's good enough for me. Thank you, bartender, for rinsing out that glass. You put your hands inside that glass too when you gave it to me. Thank you. All right. You guys, if anybody just came on here, we're day 2 of the Medical Meaning Brain Shot Therapy Cleanse Challenge. Okay. Forks in restaurants. Oh my God. Forks. Dude. Forks in restaurants, just like forks at home, create small injuries in the mouth. Small injuries in the mouth. Unnoticeable. The steel in forks is porous. Metal forks stick into the person's gums, dislodging tiny bits of plaque and gum bacteria. This is why I don't use forks in a restaurant. Olga says, even a dishwasher can't rid of it. No way. People's lipstick, gluey saliva in restaurants. Notoriously, too, in restaurants. That stuff doesn't leave those glasses easy. Me too, 787 on YouTube. Good to see you. The hot water would often run out when it was busy at the restaurant I worked at. And I've heard that a billion times, by the way. But dishes were still being washed. Correctamundo. I've totally seen that. I've heard that so many times too. Me too. That was good. Thank you. Metal forks stick into the person's gums, dislodging tiny bits of plaque and gum bacteria, compressing it into the pores of the fork. You know that, right? That's plaque and skin flakes inside the mouth, skin cells being pressed into the fork, the porous parts of the fork. So the pores in the silverware get clogged up with cells from the inside of people's mouths, including micro amounts of blood. Restaurant forks, okay, filled with all of that. Forks in restaurants can be biohazards. Nobody knew that. Watch it be talked about now out there. No, poached once again from the medical meaning books and not cited. They're not sterilized as if you were at the dentist office. At the dentist office, before they stick metal in your mouth, you guys, they have to put it in the sterilization machine or open up a brand new one. They're not doing that at the restaurant. They're not sterilized as if you were at the dentist office, where a sterilized tool goes in your mouth, even if it's just poking around on a tooth. Let me look here. Okay, Jessica, let's just take a look. Yep, poking in here. Does that hurt? Ow. Instead, eating with bar or restaurant silverware is like going to the dental office where they take all their dental tools and wash them by hand or throw them in a common dishwasher. Would you like the dentist to just take all their dental tools and put it in a common dishwasher? Don't worry. Assistant, dental nurse, hygienist, can you go back at the dishwasher back there and can you get all the dental tools out? We ran it on clean cycle, whatever, rinse cycle. That's just mind-blowing. My mind is blown. My mind was blown when Spirit of Compassion gave me the info to begin with. And I was like, what? I mean, I've known some of it that Spirit of Compassion has given to me while I go to restaurants and stuff. But when I really think about the details around it too, it's been insane. Because most dishwashers do not get hot enough to kill pathogens. That's another thing. Dishwashers in restaurants aren't hot enough to kill pathogens. You got to have some serious heat before putting them in your mouth or the next patient. That's why I say that utensils in restaurants can be biohazards, potentially spreading every pathogen and disease. And for years, I've said that busy chefs, I know, chefs hate me too. Everybody hates me now. It's been building up for years. Even chefs hate me now. And for years, I've said that busy chefs in busy restaurants often cut their hands and fingers daily, which is Russian roulette for transmitting any kind of pathogen. Thought I saw a comment. It is Brain Saver. Someone's asking. I'm reading out of Brain Saver. Amazon.com US. It's on sale right now there at Amazon. And Brain Saver protocols. Make sure you have them. That means you don't know we're doing the Brain Child Therapy Cleanse Challenge and where it comes from. It comes from the Brain Saver books. So we're doing the pathogen exposure shot. Here are some tips if you have to eat out. So if you're somebody and you have to eat out, here are some tips. Get ready for them. Bring alcohol wipes and wipe your forks and other utensils. It's not a guarantee, but it's definitely something. Or ask for a mug. Get this one. This is what I have always done. Get ready for this one. When I'm at a restaurant, I'll say, can I have a mug of scalding hot water? Like, for tea. And then I place my utensils in that. So they bring a mug of scalding hot water, like for tea. And then I'll take my fork in the restaurant, plop that in there like that. And just let it sit there for a while. Is that not the coolest? Or what? That's the coolest. People want to know what the medical medium does. Here's one right here. You ready? Alternatively, bring your own utensils or order food that doesn't require utensils and eat with your hands. But you got to be careful, though. Where were your hands? Were they opening up the restaurant door? Like, yeah, I'm coming in to eat. Boom, grab the restaurant door. You got strep, COVID, RSV, flu, all on your hands now. Lupus free with celery 333. My friend owns restaurants, and she said when the utensils are still dry, she said when the utensils are still dirty after the washer, they just dip in water and wipe them. I believe it. So alternatively, you could bring your own utensils, which I've done, but I do, like to put the utensils in a hot mug of water there too, if I can. Or I'll order something that doesn't require using utensils, and I'll make sure my hands are clean. Ask for your food to... Oh, this is an important tip right here if you're eating out in restaurants, you guys. Seriously, check this out. This is just incredible. Ask for your food to come very hot. If the chef cut their finger while preparing your meal, or there's foodborne pathogens on there too, the heat of the food and the plate is a great way to kill viruses that may be in that blood of the chef that got it on your food. If you're doing a raw dish, then that's not, raw salad. Obviously, you can't throw it in heat, in the oven. But ask for your food to come really hot if you're ordering cooked food. That's what I've done in a restaurant. Because I worry about eating raw food in a restaurant because I don't know if chicken juices went and spilled on raw chicken on my lettuce. And I would also do the pathogen exposure shot when you come home after you ate at the restaurant. And maybe even before you go. How about this one? Ask for beverages that come in bottles that haven't been opened to avoid drinking out of glasses. I've done that. I've consumed beverages out of bottles because I didn't want to drink out of the glass. I'd be like, can you give me a bottle? Ready for this, though. Wipe off the top and the neck of the bottle with an alcohol wipe before drinking, because then the bottle gets brought to you by a waiter that has possibly 10 viruses and bugs and bacteria and feces on their hands, because it just can happen. And then, or the waiter was grabbing everybody's dirty dishes and forks and stuff like that. And then, oh yeah, I'll get you a bottle. Would you like sparkling water? I'll get you a bottle. Here it is. Wipe off the top and neck of the bottle with alcohol wipe before drinking, as your lips may slip past the part of the bottle that had been under the cap onto the area where the server was touching the bottle as they carried it. Because, when you drink the bottle, your lips might they might slip past that top of the bottle and, hit the area that's wherever contaminated. If bottles aren't an option, ask for a can. But then you're dealing with aluminum. But hey, look, you do the best you can. Make sure you're doing the heavy metal detox cleanses that are in these books. In which case, try to wipe down the rim and pour area of the can before opening. I understand if you have to drink out of a can for some situation. I'm on board. Whatever. I'm not shaming anybody. There's just ways of doing it, right? To protect yourself. Lesser evils. If you're forced to drink out of a glass, this is interesting. If you're forced to drink out of a glass, ask for a wrapped straw or bring your own straw. If you can, bring your own cup and glass to the restaurant too. All right, so let's talk about dental visits for a couple of seconds. Pathogen exposure shot. Here's a comment right here on, Miss Candy. It's people like you that cause mass hysteria about germs and not wanting to get them, and then staying in and never leaving their homes. Really? Germs are okay. Ah, you're one of those people. Interesting. Well, first of all, I would like to respond to that comment. Very much so. So, if germs are okay, right? What about all the people that have lost their lives to germs? Was it okay for them? What about all the elderly people that were knocked off by COVID? Was germs okay for them in the moment? How many people died of COVID? How many people die of the flu every year? Was germs okay for them? I'm just wondering. Well, we can't ask them because they're gone. So we can't call those people up and say, you were in a nursing home and they weren't careful there and COVID ran through it. Or, COVID ran through your house and knocked off your aunt or your grandmother, grandfather. But we can't ask them if germs were okay with them. We can't ask them. It's a really ignorant thing you just said. You don't know the cause of chronic illness. It's actually pathogens, germs. So you got people that are bedridden. You got moms that can't get out of bed to feed their children. You got teenagers that are suffering with autoimmune right now because of germs, viruses, and bacteria. But you're really ignorant about all of this. And I'm not blaming you, but you should probably learn something here and not be really, dumb about it. Awareness is actually the key of knowing so you can keep precautions. So if you're somebody really suffering with chronic illness right now and you had a hard time in your life and you already have neurological fatigue because you're dealing with a mystery illness, because you're dealing with like a virus like Epstein-Barr giving you brain inflammation and everything else like I talk about in the brain books, you're already suffering. You don't need more Epstein-Barrs. You don't need more simplexes. You don't need more simplex 2. You don't need more anything. You don't need more streptococcus. If you're already suffering with acne because of strep, do you need more germs? Do you need more streptococcus because you can have even worse acne? I mean, you don't want to pick up 3 different streps from using public restrooms wrong. Knowing how to take precautions and how, this has your back, protecting you, so you don't live a lifetime on antibiotics. You pick up 2 more streptococcus off of a toilet seat, and now you're going like more UTIs and you're on antibiotics. Is that a good thing? So you really like germs? That would probably be the stupidest comment I've ever read in a long time, actually. Some one of those people that make people afraid of germs? Come on. The darkness wants you to be in the dark and not know about any of these germs and any of these bugs. The darkness doesn't want you to protect yourself. Classified medical research and science doesn't want you to protect yourself. No one wants you to protect yourself. They want you sicker, till you pay the price until you're gone. Bye. They just want you to go. So, yeah. And if you're under that thought, if you're under that belief that germs make you stronger, oh, really? Oh, they do? They make you stronger? Uh-huh. Tell that to somebody who just got mono and it beat the crap out of them. It really makes you stronger? And now they got thyroid problems 5 years later. And now they got fibromyalgia 5 years later because of Epstein-Barr. Oh, that made them stronger? This information is so you can be aware and know how to kill pathogens. That's what this is. It's so you can use your own free will to actually empower yourself to be like, you know what? I'm not going to be a sucker anymore. And I'm not going to be brainwashed anymore. And I'm going to have my free will and use my free will and protect myself from pathogens and the whole bit. So you can defend yourself, because the chronically ill, they can't defend themselves. It's hard. The system's not set up for them to do that. There are things we can do and be smart about as we go along our way, things to protect ourselves with. So when someone says a comment like that, it just shows me how really out of touch you are. And also, you've never been sick yet with chronic illness. But when you get chronic illness, we'll see who's laughing down the road then. You'll be all upset. Or Schroeder said, I love how he reads all comments, either good or bad. He's so honest. I try my best and I'm at your service. I'm at your service. I'll even do a curtsy. Nicholas Russell says, people think germs strengthen their immune systems. Oh, really? Really? That's why, so many people are dying right now. It's unbelievable. MeTube 787. It's amazing that so many are under the spell of more exposure makes you stronger, but stay away from grandma if you're sick. Exactly. Contradictions. Constant contradictions. That's what that is. Exactly. Germs make you stronger? Let me go pick up another simplex herpes 1 cold sore virus. And now I got trigeminal neuralgia. I'm suffering and I'm on a whole bunch of freaking oxys. How many people are literally on opioids prescribed from their doctor because their trigeminal neuralgia is making it so they can't even live because of herpes simplex 1. Oh, so let me go and catch another and maybe 2 more and not be aware. I mean, I can go on all day, but we're in the Brain Shot Therapy Cleanse Challenge. Yep. MV Doom over there on YouTube. So if you're completely healthy, you should still be taking all the precautions. Yeah, of course. Of course you should. Because guess what? No one stays completely healthy. And by the way, no one is completely healthy now. In this day and age, everybody has something gnawing at them. And yeah, if you don't stay aware of it, you'll collect all these pathogens and get sicker down the road. I don't know if anybody's watching the world right now. But the drugstores have lines of people sick like never before in our history. The medical industry is like crashing. Hospitals are filled with people. The world has changed. Everybody's getting sick. Everybody's sick. You might be healthy right now, strong, and everything's good. And if you don't take care of yourself and know what to look out for to protect yourself, boom, the scale is tipped. Heidi Curtis says, I'd rather know the truth. Viruses were making me super sick until I found medical meme information. I'm so grateful. It's critical to know the truth. And then because you've already been sick from any kind of viruses, you've already had pathogen exposure in your life, it's good to actually know what to look out for so you don't add to it. Sure, somebody else out there who's not sick enough yet, or they're not so sick and they're just going to their acupuncturist for some, little bit of needles in their back, or they're going to get a massage once in a while, or they go see their routine doctor for a checkup because they get a headache once every 6 months. Those people are going to get sick down the road too. They're not looking out for exposures. They're not looking into anything. They're going to get sick later anyway because it happens every day. Just because you don't know about it and are not aware of what's going on out there doesn't mean it's not happening. That's where ignoring things bites you in the butt. Anyway, that was a good comment. All right, so what else can I read? Dental visits. Let's just run into dental visits. Are you guys interested in this part right here? Just curious. Because I am. I'm really interested in this part right here, okay? Have you noticed I got all brand new teeth? I had the dentist give me all brand new teeth, just like the podcast doctors. No, they're all my teeth. I don't have any implants or anything, and I'm not shaming anybody for having implant at all in their mouth. That's not it. It's just that the podcast doctors that know everything about health don't have their teeth out there. People don't realize that. All right, dental visits. Warehouse 1 on YouTube says, it's like I don't even get sick anymore. I do everything medical medium for 2 years now. It saved my life and continues to do so every single day. Incredible. And with this information, you can protect yourself, which is great. And look, it's not about fear. If you contract a bug or a germ or RSV or COVID, or you contract Epstein-Barr or shingles or herpes simplex 1, whatever it is, you still want the information on how to slam it and use your free will to break it down. That's why we're doing the pathogen exposure shot right now. And bring the books to your doctor and ask your doctor's advice on what to do. Ask your doctor what's right for you. Dental visits, let's talk about it for a little bit. All right? The dentist's office is another place where pathogens are transferred. Often, dentists, hygienists, and assistants will put on their gloves and then start touching everything with their gloves. The dentist and the hygienist and the assistant at the dentist office is wearing their gloves to protect them, not you. Oh, thank God my dentist and the assistant, thank God that hygienist is wearing nitrile gloves. Phew. Meanwhile, the hygienist is grabbing this, boom, grabbing that, grabbing this in here, opening up drawers, grabbing this, and who knows what's on the gloves right now, and then it's going in here like this. You know? After they had their hands in other people's mouths too, like all kinds of different stuff. Like meaning, and then they're touching everything, right? Now they're touching all those surfaces again. Of course, they might take a little handy wipe and go, oh, well, I'll do the light handle there. I'll do this for a second. I'll do this for a second. And they don't even do that. They're touching the handles of the lights, adjusting them, and also touching chairs, controls, computer keyboards. Yeah, totally. In the end, their latex or nitrile gloves are only protecting the practitioner, dude, not protecting the patient. Drives me crazy. Courtney M.A. says, I was a dental assistant. That's so true. Bana says, they keep saying that if you get sick, your immune system is getting better. I was sick as a child very often, and I didn't see any improvements in my immune system. It's just really just make believe when they say that. The more germs, the stronger you get. Here's a quote. Agostino on YouTube. My dad is a dentist, and this is true. I believe you. Yet the surfaces they're touching with those new gloves may have saliva, blood. Is this true? Yet the surfaces they're touching with those new gloves may have saliva, blood, and mouth tissue cells on them. And those surfaces have often not been sterilized between patients. That's how pathogens can be transmitted. All right. So let me read this next little part. You guys got another second? To avoid this situation, bring your own disinfecting wipes to the dentist and ask them to wipe down high-touch spots, such as controls, buttons, and handles that they think they're going to use during your procedure. And ask them to put on fresh gloves afterwards. So after they do all that, have them put on another set of gloves. You can't be afraid to ask your dentist for better sanitary steps to be taken. If people learn to request this, it will become more common practice in the dentist office. So I got some more tips here. Let me go into a little bit more if you guys are ready. If you guys just got on here, we're doing the Brain Shot Therapy Cleanse Challenge. We're in the exposure shot, which is awesome. You do have some power if you're aware. You can be empowered with this information. You do have some control. You can use your free will. Seriously, you do have power to make changes around you and in your life. It's not about just walking around blind with it all and being ignorant. You know, like that person was ignorant about it, like, oh, he's just putting fear into people. Are you kidding? But if you don't know, you can't have the power to protect yourself. If you don't know, you can't empower yourself. You got to know these things. So here's more viral exposure tips. Let's see. Ophie says on YouTube, oh my God, this happened to me. I got such a bad infection after smelling the gloves were dirty from previous person as they moved towards my face. I was paralyzed by shock. Oh my God. Oh man. Okay, let me read a little bit more if you guys got a couple of minutes. Thank you for your time and energy because we're doing it 20-day cleanse. It's incredible. We've covered many of the basics of viral transmission, such as even intimate contact in group restrooms and tips for how to protect yourself. After basic tip, another basic tip is to practice good hygiene, like hand washing when you've been in public spaces. So that's the thing. You get out of an airport and you get someplace you want to wash your hands. Susan Blonda says, not dental phobia. Get sick after almost every visit. So it's not dental phobia. You actually get sick after every visit. I can't tell you how many people get sick after a visit at the dental office, especially around flu season, which is now. You know, be careful with shopping carts too. Then they say medical medium information didn't work. I started medical medium. Yeah, I've been doing it for like a month. I'm doing my celery juice. I'm listening to this crazy guy. I'm doing medical medium. Yeah, and then I got so sick. So sick. My stomach got sick. I got a fever. I was so sick. I was coughing. Darn that medical medium. Meanwhile, they were at the dentist office, picked up the flu or a stomach flu, got sick. Yeah. Or yeah, I started medical medium. And it was something else that got them sick. You got to worry about shopping cart handles. I've always done that my whole life. You got to worry about shopping cart handles. You got to clean the shopping cart handle. Definitely with a handy wipe. There's no question. This is long before COVID. Pre all that. It's also important to stay aware when handling objects we just brought into our homes. Okay, I understand if you can't do this, if this isn't an option, fine. But I want to read this one thing about packages. It's interesting. Okay, packages can be a huge source of transmission, like the flu or COVID, or a strep or a MRSA. Okay, especially when you're setting down packages. So what I do is when I get a new package that comes, there's a delivery, a medical medium book, right? I don't take the package and throw it on my kitchen counter. You can, but just remember when you put that package on the kitchen counter that you probably want to wipe off that kitchen counter space because these packages have grease underneath them and all kinds of pathogens and stuff like that. Billy Wren says, I've had around 10 dental visits during last year, and after the last one, I did the brain shots, and this was the only time I didn't feel bad or sick after the visit. Definitely doing this again. We're doing it now with this shot. We are together putting that shot together. I'm going to do it in a couple seconds with you guys. Okay. You might not want to set packages that just came in from UPS, FedEx, whatever, the UPS, wherever it is, USPS, or wherever, or around the country, around the world. You don't want to set the packages on a cutting board. See my cutting board right here? Like, I won't put a package that just came in the mail. I won't just put it on my cutting board. Or my kitchen counter. Placing a new package on a crib. I've seen people, they place it on a crib or on a bed or a couch. I'm like, well, I wouldn't do it that way either. And then grabbing the package and then you're rubbing your eye. You know, after you grab the package, you're rubbing your eye. Sure, there's a good chance nothing's going to happen, but what if it's at one time? You know, you're fixing your eye makeup or you're moving your hair constantly while in the middle of opening a package. Wash your hands after handling the packages. What I'm saying is when you get packages fresh off, you know, like you just ordered something and it came and you grabbed your package and brought it in, put it in a spot where you don't think is going to be a big exposure spot like your cutting board or your bed. Don't put the package on your bed. Put it somewhere, right? And then wash your hands after you've opened up the package. It's good. Find a designated area for your packages that isn't a high exposure spot in your home. If you are not in a rush to open it, wait a day. Unless it's a medical medium book, then wash your hands after you open the package. A practice I call decanting the practice. You know, like wine? Decanting the wine? Decanting the package. Because packages can have people's mucus and saliva. Especially during flu season, whoa. Traces of fecal matter, skin flakes, or any other bodily fluids can be on the packages. If they did DNA testing on your packages when they come in the mail or whatever delivery, if they did DNA testing on there, they gotta find DNA of all kinds of stuff. Amanda says, yes, I had a client of mine who works for UPS, delivery drivers, pee in jars in the car, no bathroom breaks. The reason why they pee, and I'm not blaming them for peeing in the car. in the jar. But it's true. I've seen that out there too. Now, I'm not blaming anybody for that because I get it. If you're trying to get packages done, it's holidays, and you got to pee, you're going to pull out a jar. If you give a package 3 to 5 days to decant in your designated area, there will be lesser chance of being exposed. You know, I mean, you could, whatever. But wash your hands afterwards, whatever, if you do open your package. So know that and take precautions with your packages. Learn this information. Here's the question right here. DYI Health says, okay, Simone and yet people are getting sick. He's advising that we are aware while we're there, asking the hygienist not to touch other things while they are working in your mouth. Yeah. Beyond all of this awareness about exposures and sources, you could limit the damage a virus can do by making your body an inhospitable place for viruses. How? You can limit the other brain betrayers in your life. I talked about that in here. You're working on doing exposure shot right here, all of it. Anyway, and there's a quote at the bottom. There is a greater truth underneath it all. There are answers to why people feel the way they do. Anthony William, medical medium. All right, you guys. Let's get moving on. We might have a halftime coming up too. Anybody in the mood for the robot? I think I need to wake up. I'm awake. I am awake. So I think we're doing a halftime. Woo! You guys hear the robot? We're just getting started. Let's go to page 520. That's what I would like to do. Where is it? Here it is. Okay, guys. All right. We're in entry level is where we're at. So entry level is like you can do the brain shots. You can do a 10-day, 20-day, 30-day, your choice. The Brain Shot Therapy Cleanse Challenge is a 20-day. The Brain Shot Therapy Cleanse Challenge is a 100-day. We're doing a 100-day Brain Shot Therapy Cleanse Challenge. 100 days in a row. No, I can't do that. I can't do that right now. We're doing a 20-day is what we're choosing, okay? Drink 1 brain shot per day. You can drink more if you want. We're customizing to add up to 3 shots of this, of some of these. So you can do that. Some brain shot each day of one of them, all right? You can pick your brain shot and you can do 3 of them if you would like. You can pick one you want to do. I have the list of what we're doing. Yesterday was food fear shifter. Today's pathogen exposure. Tomorrow's nerve gut acid stabilizer, and the list goes on. You can pick the one you want to do, and that's fine too, okay? Your choice of which brain shot option from day to day. Okay, optional. Incorporate as many other medical medium tools and recipes as desired. That's why people are like, hey, I'm doing the 369. Can I still do the brain shot? Yeah, you still can do the brain shot. Try to drink a minimum of 50 ounces of water throughout the day. That amount can include coconut water, lemon water. Be mindful not to drink the water too close to drinking the brain shot. Make sure you space them at least 15 to 30 minutes apart. What that means is after the brain shot we're about to do, don't take a gallon of water and send it down. These are not just random ingredients put together to make a delicious, delightful juice. So let's talk about that for a second. So these cleanses are imperative for what's to come in this world. Oh, but I'm not allowed to talk about that. Don't talk about germs. I'm just putting germ fear out there now. Don't talk about bad things in this world. Just do all the stupid shit we want. It doesn't matter. Who cares? It makes you stronger. These cleanses are imperative. Am I being sarcastic, right? These cleanses are imperative for what's to come in this world, the onslaught of domestic chemical warfare and the pathogens we're up against. I'm on page 516 if you guys want to read along. They're in our schools, it's in our institutions. Our society today has reached cataclysmic proportions. You know what they do when all the kids go back to college? Before they go back to college, they bomb the dorms with every single killer, rodenticides, pesticides, everything, herbicides, everything, microsides, everything. They bomb all the dorms. They're riddled in an unbelievable level of insecticide when you send your kid off to school, right? And these things get collected throughout the years. When you embark on these cleanse options, you're using your free will and your intention to clean and protect the organ that harbors the knowledge of the past, present, and soon-to-be future of your life, which is your brain. And guess what? Your brain harbors your soul too. And that's important to know. It harbors your soul. We're not allowed to know that too? Is there information police here? Don't say that either. Enlightenment is not about being all-knowing. Enlightenment is the freedom to be at peace because you have full control over what resides inside your brain. Enlightenment is not just about all-knowing. That's not the answer. Enlightenment is about having control and empowerment. Since we don't have control about what resides around us in the world, because you can't control the world, you have control about how you can protect yourself. These cleanses purify your brain temple. You are removing the poisons from your brain that take away your clarity. Your intuitive, psychic, telepathic, clairvoyant skills start to surface when you do the brain shot therapies and all the healing. Yeah. These are spiritual cleanses. This isn't just a physical one. The 20-day brain shot challenge is a spiritual cleanse too, in combination of a physical one. Someone asked what a brain shot is. Brain shot therapy. It's a therapy inside the Brain Saver books. We're doing the 20-day Brain Shot Therapy Cleanse Challenge. Thank you for asking. Pick up the book free at the library or get it on sale right now at Amazon.com US or anywhere else. These brain shots are incredible, and I'm going to make the brain shots, so stick around so you can see it being made. The physical benefits are truly special and powerful. With the brain shot therapy cleanses, you embark on removing toxins and poisonous chemicals from the brain that should have never been there to begin with, and helping restore what should be in your brain. These anti-pathogenic cleanses, pathogens, we're doing the pathogen exposure shot, are designed for what we deal with on a daily basis. Everything from deficiencies to burnout to brain acid to emotional brain injuries. These cleanses are designed to rid many different symptoms and conditions from our lives. Seriously. Incredible. All right. I could get lost in this book. This book is so incredible and so powerful. You guys? It's a medical medium, brain shot, exposure shot. Let's do it. Pathogen exposure. I'm going to bring the juicer over. By the way, the 1500 and the 900 are on sale right now. Did you guys check out that Telegram message I left? How incredible these juicers are? It's just amazing, really. All right. I leave audio messages on Telegram. So you should check that out when you can. All right, let's do this. This is the MM1500. It's on sale right now. I call it the medicine machine, the medicine maker. Okay. Got the MM900 too. They have high compression. I endorsed these machines for a reason, because they're incredible. They're cold press masticating juicers, preserving nutrients, but these squeeze out everything they can, and that saves you money. Food costs are rising and rising, no matter what you're eating. Doesn't matter if it's processed food or a vegetable. Food costs are rising, right? But when you're using a medicine machine that's saving you money so it pays for itself, it's incredible. It's because juicers don't squeeze enough juice out. And then after 2 years, most juicers, when they break down, you can't get parts replaced. 15-year warranty on the 900 and the 1500. Just incredible. All right. See Omega MM1500, Omega MM900. Just want you to know, because people ask every day, and it makes me want to scream, because they ask, like, when is the juicer going to be on sale? What juicer do you use? You guys don't even know how many DMs come through about juicers. It's just really crazy. All right, so let's start with some time. I'm going to knock a little time in here. By the way, Omega has a new support group for medical medium people who purchase the 1500 or the 900. Check it out. They got a phone number, an email. They got a new support group. So I'm putting about 6 sprigs in here. There we go. I got my thyme in here. I posted it on Telegram, by the way. Let's put some rosemary in here now. 2 sprigs of rosemary. This is a serious, serious exposure shot. Renata Viana, AW in Europe, they have trouble sourcing green asparagus depending on time of year. Is white asparagus okay to use? For sure. And now I'm kind of upset because I don't know if I put white asparagus in the Brain Saver book. But yes, it's okay to use. And maybe I did put it in there, I don't know. I just put garlic in there, so I put thyme, I put rosemary, I put garlic in there. Now I'm putting in asparagus next. Now these are small, these ones, so I'm going to put in probably more than 2. It says 2 raw medium asparagus spears, right? But these are like small, so I'm going to pop in a couple more. They're like really tiny and dried out. All right. Next one is 2 raw Brussels sprouts. Really tiny Brussels sprouts. I've been having a hard time getting the big ones, so I'm probably going to pop in a little bit. Like, that's one right there. So I'm going to have to put in 4 of these because 2 of them will equal. One more. Because I got Brussels sprouts that are like this. These are like that. All right. 1 to 2 stalks of celery. 1 to 2 stalks of celery. Right? I'm going to put 2. Pathogen exposure shot is one of my favorite. It really is. Okay, there we go. Valerie says, I always have frozen asparagus in my freezer. Can I defrost them and use them? Yes, you can. I had to wait for that answer from Spirit of Compassion. By the way, when you ask a question, guess who's talking to me? Spirit of Compassion. That's how it works. Alright, shutting this down. By the way, with this juicer, when the pulp does come out, this is so dry this time, it's like coming out like dust. And that's where the money saved is at, which is incredible. It's not like the spinning basket ones or the centrifuges and all those. They just scorch the juice because it's scorching, literally scorching. It's brutalizing. It's not cold pressed. And on top of it, it's incredible how dry this comes out. It's unbelievable. So the amount of juice that's saved. Link is in the profile. Link is in the description on the MM900 and the MM1500. All right, I think that moment has come. Let me get a shot glass. Yeah, this is exciting. Got my shot glass here. Are you guys doing this with me or am I doing it alone? It's okay if I got to do it alone. But you guys are doing this right now with me too, right? It's okay if you're watching and that's all you're doing. You're just watching, and that's fine too. Ooh, that's a nice shot. I'm digging that one. Amazing. Audrey Lynn says, on thyme and rosemary, can I remove the stems because it's almost messed up my MM? Yes. Well, you know, those are real thick stems. You got to be careful, right? There's stems that are not thick, but then there's the woody, thick stems. Like that one. You can't run that through a juicer. You see that? That's the woody stick one there. And you don't want to put this right here, this rosemary stick. Look at that. You don't want to put that in there either. Those are sticks. You want to instead like do the like little ones there that are kind of soft. All right, I'm going to drink this. This one always has a bite to it. Woo! The ingredients are from above. The combination. This one hits me right off the start. Right when I first sip it. Hits me right off the running. Oh my God. Woo! You feel that on this one? Right? This is hard to go down. You're drinking your 8-ounce blueberry juice right now, Nat. Well, that's good. I'm drinking this right now. Oh my God, I feel it. You did it before, Melanie? Bartender, give me another. Senior says, hey, W. Do you keep the green celery ring in the Omega 900 1500 juicers when making brain shots? I do, yes. You can loosen the end cap a little if you really needed to. But yeah, I keep my green ring on. I have my green ring on in here. I do. I have it on in the MM1500. It is in there. Oh my God, that was great. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. You feel that? Whew. That was a large clove of garlic in there too. It was a little larger. Cindy said I had to plug my nose when drinking this one. Oh yeah, I totally understand completely. You guys, let me know how your experiences are. What's your experience with the Brain Shot Therapy Cleanse, right? What's your experience with this shot you're having right now? Let me know. Tag at Medical Medium, hashtag Medical Medium, your reels, your stories, your posts, so I can see them. But you have to hashtag and tag at Medical Medium both at the same time. Have you guys tried this brain shot? What did you feel when you did this brain shot? What kind of results are you having? All of it. Woo! That was really potent. And that makes sense, though. Spirit of Compassion wanted an exposure shot, a pathogen exposure shot that actually worked, okay? And that's why it is so potent and so strong. Jackie, you said, laugh out loud, plug in the nose helps. Oh, yeah. That one was potent. Definitely potent. Okay? Woo! Okay, you guys. Incredible. This brain shot, pathogen exposure shot right there. You know where you can find it in the brain shot, in the Brain Saver books right here. We read out of the Brain Saver book. If you want to know what we did today, we talked about all kinds of different exposures, incredible information. By the way, there's cold and flu protocols right here in the protocols book, and shock therapies. Cold and flu protocols and shock therapies in the Brain Saver protocols book. You need both books because you want to learn and heal and get the information you want. And people keep on asking, what book is it? What book is he reading? These are them, so I have to show you guys. I know that you guys who have the book might say, oh no, he's showing the book again, but no, people don't know. They don't know. Where's Dr. Nesbitt when you need him? Smith and Pepper says, hey, W, how do we know how many times to take the shots? It's in here in detail. Just took the Speaking Your Truth shot today, hoping it works. Incredible. Woo! You guys, I'm like feeling it from that shot. Like everything just, like everything changes. I start talking differently and everything. Kelly Burke says, AW, bartender, give me another. Didn't sound so convincing today. Bartender, give me another. Bartender. Bartender, give me another. Bartender, give me another. Hey, bartender. 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 Hey, bartender, give me another. What'd you say? Yeah. All right. Try to be as convincing as possible. Okay. You guys, how are we going to do this? There's 18 more days to go. Like, what? There's 18 more shots to do. There's 18 more shots we're doing. Do I have to say it again? I'll say it one more time. There's 18 more shots. How are we going to do this? Like, what? And it's free. By the way, the Brain Shot Therapy Cleanse Challenge is $5,000 to join. No, it's not. It's not $5,000 to join. This is a free challenge. Free. 18 more shots to go. And I am pumped up. Heal Infertility says, great live. Amazing. You guys, I can't wait. I'm feeling it. I'm making another one later, and then I'm making another one tonight. That's what I'm doing. You could do one. You could do 3 of them. You could do 1. You could do 2 of them. You don't have to do any of them. Just be here, and we'll have some fun. That's it. AW is tipsy. Bartender. Bartender. Bring me 5 more. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Same time. Same place. You guys know I care.